everybody. Thank you for joining me. My name is Carlos. Today we will be getting into a abdominal. What is it today? Yes, abdominals and chest. So before we do, please hit that subscribe button, hit like, notifications, and all that good stuff. Goodness, where are we? I think we need a little bit of coffee here. I know it's a little bit of a gimmicky thing, but yeah, it's 5:30 a.m. in Bogota, Colombia. Wherever you are in the world, got to get your game on, man. Got to get your game on. Get to the gym, work out, make this central, make this important, make this a constant thing in your life. Don't ever give up. Don't ever give in. If you are healthy, just continue to do this. As long as you are alive, you will be in this body, and it's best to keep it fit, functional, strong, and healthy. So, healthy. Yes, thank God for health. You know, I was going over some videos the other day about, in the past, people who have promoted health and fitness in any capacity, like either through nutrition or through exercise, and it has made this like a central message to how to, like, get on with life, have died early. You know, like the gurus, the people who would bring like a salvation through exercise, a salvation through proper nutrition. You know, they die. It's like a curse on them. Jim Fix, remember back in the 70s, the jogging guru, you got to jog, you know, because this will extend your life. Drop dead, like at 46 years old from a heart attack of all things. You know, very unfortunate coincidence. I mean, the list is very long. Guy from Herbalife, you know. These are, the proper supplementation will guarantee you a long life. And so, you know, he creates his company, comes up with these probably very good supplements. They're probably very nutritious. And he died of colon cancer, also very young. So, the only guarantee for a long life, is God Almighty. You know, if you come up with some scheme like, okay, I'm going to just lift weights and get really strong and then I'll be able to live for a very long time. It'll help you to do that, for sure. But don't believe that anything other than God is going to help you live a long life. So I had to say that first and foremost. I'm not here to promote a system that will guarantee anything. In fact, you might get hurt. That's the bottom line. If you do the things that I do, you may get hurt. I'm here to do and to promote the things that I am doing and show what my walk is and how I go about doing this. And many people will relate to that and use these things in their own lives to the best of their abilities. Like, everybody has their own walk, their own way. I put up some videos sometimes and I hear some comments about how I'm going to hurt myself. I was doing a specific movement. I'm really getting off track, but this is necessary to say. There are some movements that can cause injury, for sure. You have to be very careful when lifting heavy weights. Thank God I have never been injured seriously. The time that I did get injured was not lifting heavy weights. It was lifting a very moderate weight. So things can happen at any time. You really have to be careful. So that's just one thing that you have to understand. There are no guarantees. You're in a physical activity that is very demanding. If you're doing bodybuilding, if you're doing powerlifting, these things are intrinsically dangerous. If you're playing any sport whatsoever, everybody that I know that plays a sport has gotten injured. And people my age, 50s, 60s, that play soccer or football, you know, recreationally on a weekend, you know, 9 times out of 10, I see them, you know, with a sprained knee or, you know, they sprained ankle or they broke something. It's dangerous. Now, I don't advocate for sitting at home and staying away from physical activity or doing moderate cardio or walking in the park. Those might be very beneficial, for sure. But we are hardcore bodybuilders and weightlifters, and what we want is maximum muscle and to get jacked as possible. So let's get into our workout for today. Today was abdominals and chest. I usually do four different exercises. I will include my biceps and calves also. But I find that to properly focus on a muscle group takes a while. It takes, at least for me, at least 6 or 7 sets. I can't get the work done in 2 sets, no matter what intensity I apply to it, even if it's legs. I need the work volume. It's something that I need, right? So it's hard for me to do all those exercises in one session, so now I'm splitting them up. I'm doing abs and calves on a specific day. And I'm also always including the 15-minute cardio before I start. This is like a pre-workout for me. I don't take any pre-workout drinks. Maybe I should, but I don't. I use my cardio for that. So I'll do 15 minutes of moderate intensity, not light intensity. It's not really heavy either. It's not all out sprinting, but it's moderate. It's moderate enough to really get my heart rate at least to 110, which is not very high at all. But for me, it's enough to get warm, to get my breathing in sync, and to, feel like this sucks. When I start doing the cardio, it's like, oh shit, it's like, wow. It's not the easiest thing in the world for me, but it's getting easier. And I use that as a pre-workout. Then, okay, so today, the abdominals. This exercise selection is really working. The hanging abdominals create a lot of stress, focused stress on the midsection, and then combining this with the incline. The other thing we did today was the bench press. So I've been shying away from the bench press, and I'm going to leave all this on the video with the training video, which I narrate over and explain everything. I will be building up progressions again. Now, this is the one exercise that I did get injured on. I tore my left pec, but I'm over it now. But still, that psychology. I mean, I would be terrified to go under 3 plates right now and just put maximum, stress on the chest. There is a fear factor in there, so I have to be very careful. So I'm going to build it up again. I'm going to build up the chest again. That's my purpose or my stated goal for 2023. Goodness, coffee, where are you? But I will be doing that at a more moderate weight range. I'll be building up my reps more carefully. My weight progress will come more slowly. And the exercise selection, I've decided that the dumbbells just aren't doing it for me. To get them in place is a big chore. When you get up to the 80s and above, 80s, 90s, 100s, and 10s, if you don't have a spotter to get these in place and do the press from the bottom, for me, it does hurt my shoulder, and it's just not worth it. So I've incorporated the seated cable flies, and I found an angle to that is working. So I'll be building on those 2 exercises and basically just trying to build up the bench press. So that's basically it. This is like the intro to the session. I'll leave the video here with the narration overdub explaining what it is that I'm doing. Quick note on the diet. We'll be pushing food for the foreseeable future. 3rd month on the bulk. Today we're at holding steady at 204, 205 pounds. Average weight gains per month have been 3.5, 4 pounds. So that's good. It's a long-term process, and I'm good with that. I'm off of steroids. I've been off of steroids for 3 months. I'm not doing TRT either. I'm not doing anything, which is probably not recommended at 58, but I'm making gains. I'm getting stronger. I'm gaining weight. I'm gaining muscle. So do I need the TRT right now? No. I don't think so. Now, again, I don't advocate this guy. Guys who are my age and are doing TRT, if your doctor says, stay on it, stay on it. I'm doing it for other reasons. So I will be back one day, God willing. I really enjoy being on gear, and I'll say that up front. You have to be careful. Don't do what I do. I've done them for many years, and I've never had a health complication or a health issue. I've found them very beneficial, not only in every area of life, more so beyond bodybuilding and building muscle. It's surprising what those substances do, actually. They go way beyond just building muscle. That's probably the most facile, superficial understanding of anabolic steroids there is, because that's what they're used for. But a thinking person, a thinking mind will understand that they go way beyond just the physicality. So I'll leave that to guys out there who understand what I'm talking about. But right now, zero gear, zero TRT, just food and power moves, and it's been working. So I'll leave you here with the video. God bless everybody. I'll see you all in my next episode. So today we started out with the abdominal routine. I find this particular variation, the hanging abdominal leg raise, the most effective, or at least one of the most effective abdominal exercises. It has helped me immensely to bring out some definition into my abs, also with the obliques and the transverse abdominis. Basically, your entire midsection is really worked over by this. I left the stool or the little bench there to stop the swing at the bottom. There's always a bit of momentum, obviously. You get into a pendulum-like movement. So it's good to stop the momentum there, as I'm doing at the bottom. Did 4 sets of 20. I think one of these was 21 reps. Absolutely excruciating the last couple of sets. Last session was 3 sets total. This was 4 sets. So I wasn't really planning on doing that many sets today, but I figured I kind of scope out the feel of my sessions before I get into them today. I was going to do chest, biceps, calves, and of course these abs. And I decided to leave half the workout for tomorrow instead of doing it all today. That way I can intensify my abdominals. Because I am gaining weight. I am trying to bulk. And so for me, it's very important to maintain some abdominal definition and build them up also. I'm not worried about increasing the girth of my midsection per se, as long as it's not fat, because I know how it drops when I get lean. It's easier to drop the fat than it is to build the muscle. And to have visible abdominals, you do have to build them up. So that's what I'm doing here, trying to be diligent, or as diligent as I can be, of always doing my abdominals every single week. I do, at least 4 sets. Today I built a little bit more on that and did an extra set here for a total of 81 reps. Did 81 leg raises hanging from the bar. And I strap myself in, so the grip is not really an issue. It helps to be strapped in. It felt more like a machine movement today. It just felt really great. It felt awesome. This last set was brutal. When I got to 10 reps, I wanted to stop, and I said, just keep on going. Just keep on going until you finish the thing. And I did. Oh, that was my next to the last set. Here was my last set of these leg raises. I really focus on bringing the legs all the way up to make sure there's a complete range of motion on that muscle contraction of the abdomen. Just trying to do this, as strict as possible. Trying to do this, just trying to do it as strict as possible, basically. So, from here, at this point, I was kind of like begging for mercy. There's an added benefit to doing these hanging raises, is my shoulders have benefited also. Just they get a bit of a therapy treatment there, just hanging. Total time under tension of 81 reps is about 4 minutes. 4 minutes plus, just hanging, so it does have that benefit also. And here we went to the incline sit-up. Now, I usually do these with a greater incline gradient, and I found this to be extremely difficult after doing those 4 sets. I'm usually able to crunch out 20, 25 reps, no problem. And right from the start, I felt that this was just not going to be possible. My abs were tight, and it just felt very hard. And this was not at the same gradient as I usually do them on. I usually go a lot steeper than this, and it was all I could muster to get 10 reps on that set. So I went to a more horizontal position, and try to eke out some more reps here. I think I did another 10 reps so I could finish out the 101 total reps for my ab session. And I also increased the cardio tension on the bicycle from 12 to 13 and sped it up a little. So I'm getting more action in on the cardio, the pre-work cardio. It's only 15 minutes, but it's definitely helping with my overall conditioning, my physical fitness, and my ability to perform higher reps on many of these movements that I am now doing. So that was it for the abs, doing very slowly there, the last rep. Now we move to the bench press. Terrible lighting at this floor. It has, the lights come in from 3 different angles, none of them propitious to filming the exercise. But anyway, so today I had set it in my mind, I determined to do some extra reps because my last chest session was very, very low volume, just doing maintenance work right now. I really don't want to progress on it. Just do my maintenance and not lose the little bit of strength that I've been able to build up. There we go for 70 kilos, 175 pounds, I think it is. Build it up to 200 pounds, just for a few reps. I think we got like 3 reps here. It wasn't going for reps. I didn't want to do reps. Just 1, 2, and 3. And then we go up to 100 kilos, 220 pounds. And I've been feeling not too strong on this lately. Today it felt easy. And I got 3 reps. Could have gone for a couple more, but didn't want to. I built it up to 110 kilos, which I haven't done in a while. And just did 1 rep. Felt very easy. Dropped it back down to 200 and decided to go for more repetitions. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many did I get here? I think I got 6 or 7. 5, 6, and 7. So, and we rounded out the session with some cable crossovers here. I had more weight on one side than the other, so I had to stop there for a second and slap on 10 more pounds, and then we go for some reps. And so my thoughts on the bench press, I want to start getting into progressions again. I've been backing off. I held off for about a month because I wasn't really making much progress on it, and fear of injury or re-injuring my left pec was always in the, first and foremost on my mind. I did not want to re-injure myself. And so I was taking it very slowly, and I said, I reached a certain limit. I'd done 4 sets of 5 reps with the 220 pounds and got up to 3 reps with the 110 kilo, 245 pounds. I said, that's enough for now. And starting next year, which now we are starting the new year, I said I was going to regain my momentum with the bench press, and I think I will. I'll start going for some reps with the 200 pounds, and I'll start to build up the 220 and the 245 again, eventually looking for a 275 for reps. There's always a little bit of trepidation with that bench press. Here, the crossover, I really found my groove with this particular hand angle. I don't open up all the way. I find it is absolutely useless to do so. It hurts my shoulders, and here I'm feeling completely on my pec. I just got into a groove here. I was just mashing my pec, one after another, and I was thinking to myself, this probably looks weird on the video, why I'm not doing like a really wide fly. And it's, I was thinking to myself at the moment, we're so susceptible to visuals and thinking what is the right way. This was feeling absolutely groovy on my pec. I have no other word for it because it was like one of the few times I've just completely felt the chest contract. It was like just my chest was pulling my arms in. Had I opened up more, I would put pressure on my shoulder impingement and all that. It's just not necessary. So here, for me, it was perfect. It was working just fine. And I decided to up the weight, to do some weight progressions with these cables, which I never do. This poor gentleman there at my right he was kind of clueless. He was walking in front of the camera. He was taking up machines where people were working on, and he had his earplugs in, absolutely oblivious to his situational awareness. The guy was like, just easy to walk out in front of traffic and get road killed. Anyways, so here, just continuing doing more and more reps. Felt awesome, this cable. I actually did put on some considerable weight today, which like I said, I never ever do on the cables. I keep it light, I keep it like on focus, but here I was just feeling, I found a groove. I found